the talented Anna Carmela. There she is. There she is. There she is. Yes. 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 Yes, I am the Most High. There she is.
Wow. That was incredible.
Oh, well,
I've never been more hyped up in my life. That was insane.
Well, I appreciate so, hey guys, I'm going to turn off the alerts, just the sound alerts, so we can get, I mean, my screen is already this, like, like, it already looks just like it would, if someone just came onto this stream, I think that their head would just explode. They'd be like, what is happening? Why is there all this? And it's just too much. Okay.
At least my hair matches all your stuff.
I agree.
You know?
That's what I love.
Like, at least there's some continuity here.
Exactly.
It's all good.
Exactly. We at least it looked like we almost planned this. Look, I got my yellow hat on. You got your yellow hair on.
That's true. I got my hair on.
You got your
I
hair.
put it on today.
Yeah. I appreciate it. I appreciate you putting on your hair.
Anytime.
Well, don't say that now. Don't say that. I don't know what that means, but don't say it. Anna Carmela, thank you so much for being here. How was your day? I know it's a little early for you. Are you an early riser?
I've tried to be lately, but to me that's like 8 or 9 a.m. is when I wake up.
That's a good time.
Like, if it's the 10, if you get in the double digits, it's like bad news. So I've pretty much just made breakfast and watched a lot of Twitch, actually. Spent a lot of time on Twitch today.
That's great.
But yeah, so it was all right. It was chill.
Yeah. With Twitch, is there, and I'm not trying to say anything terrible, but do you feel like since your whole life not your whole life, that's ridiculous, but since like
you're not wrong.
Well, I look, I'm a streamer, I know, but it's not your whole life because you're still like doing other things and playing gigs and going to Seattle and doing things. So, still, do you ever get to that point where you feel like you can't even like hang out on Twitch, or like where you have to like just walk away and just like, ugh, I gotta.
Yeah. I mean, it's similar to my life where I just feel like my social bandwidth is just like I've exceeded, and I need some time to just like be alone and not be seen. Like sometimes I'll lurk in chat when I'm in those moments because it's like I want to like feel like the presence of other people, but I don't want like, because in chat, the moment you say hi and people know you or know your name or whatever, they say, oh my god, hi, blah, and all these things. Yeah. Sometimes that's awesome, but sometimes that's like not at all what I'm looking for. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it varies. But today, it's Monday, it's a new week. I was feeling a little social.
Hey.
I wanted to hang out and chat. But yeah, there are definitely times where I'm like, no Twitch for the rest of the day or like the rest of the next few days,
Yeah, no, I feel that so much. And like, because I don't know, like in the first year, I feel like it was just such a huge part of my life to the point where I was just like, where like my wife's like, yo, like, you just gonna chat there all night? Like, you have a family, you should probably be here, be present with us. And it was getting ridiculous, but it's an easy platform to get sucked into. So it's like,
oh yeah, I mean definitely, because then you raid and then the person's cool and you're like, wow, I've never heard this person. I'm gonna stick around. And like that's the funny thing is there was one day where I was like not trying to be on Twitch at all, but I had seen Reina tweet that you guys were doing some sort of like podcast. It was like Twitch couples.
Yeah,
and that's actually how I discovered who you were. I didn't realize you two were married, which is awesome. Yeah. That too, yeah, sure. But I was like just blown away. It was such a cool thing, and I ended up staying like the whole stream, and I didn't expect that. You just kind of like get sucked in sometimes. But hey, it leads to stuff like this.
but that was such a fun stream, only for the most part because I'm the one usually trying to like manage people on an interview status, so it was nice to just be a part of it. You know what I mean? And just sort of like interject once in a while. I think I was wearing a wig or something. Jeez, oh, Pete.
You definitely were, yeah.
I don't know. I think someone was egging me on. I don't remember. But still, But those like I like those type of things where you get to just come and hang out and be a part of it and not necessarily have to like manage it,
Oh
like
yeah.
like this for you is
Like
just
this.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Like you just show up, I'm here.
It's like I'll turn my lights on, maybe I'll warm up, maybe I'll get a little Cliff Bar in, just hang
Hey,
out.
Cliff. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, those are nice, and that was a fun little stream, and I got to know man, what's the name? Oh, dang it, what's the name of the older couple? You
All
remember?
music
Considered,
considered,
yes,
right?
yes.
They're so cute.
Love them to death. They are
They're adorable.
just the super adorbs. Just I can't even. I love the dude. He's just like he's just like
It was
that.
like he kept going, "What? What did they say?" It was so like wholesome.
It was
He's
great.
like getting all like here in the camera,
Yeah.
like it was so great.
Yeah, and like I think he builds boats or something. Like he's a professional boat builder. And it's just
Like,
like
of course he is.
he's
Like
just,
what?
they're just up in northern Michigan, just building boats and streaming. And it's like
Playing banjo and
I
whatever.
I always am so amazed when I see like older people on these platforms just like murdering the day. Like damn, they just
It's inspiring
it
because,
is.
in our society, we really, it's like, age, like
Hmm.
anti-aging, like
Right,
anti-age, like,
right.
we don't respect our elderly like a lot of other countries do. So it's like really interesting and awesome to see like older people crushing it on this platform. And people don't
Absolutely.
like, that's the thing. People don't care. Like, it's cool. Like, they've had so much experience and they're so talented. Like, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's so rad.
It is, and I absolutely agree. There is sort of we've sort of lost this connection to older generations, and we've sort of put this weird divide into it. It's like we've made it is like if some old person or older person is talking, like it's like, oh, what are you doing talking to me? Like it's literally like that. I've seen people just like, oh, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this?
No, it's so lame,
It is lame, and I've had like the best conversation. Ew, boomers.
Bonnie, yeah, seriously. Which, like there are some people who
Of
are a
course.
little, but you can't, exactly, Dawn, respect me, damn it. Exactly.
Respect me, dang it.
Damn it. Yeah.
You'll do the swearing for me, Anna. I'm really trying to hold myself accountable here. That's part of my
I
part of
commend
my
you. And
my
it gets
healing.
easier. Let me tell you. In the first few months of my streaming, I mean, I do curse like a sailor sometimes. And
Yeah.
I've gotten better about it though, just because I've been trying to be a little more mindful.
Yeah.
I sometimes talk before thinking, and so I think I've worked on that in my streaming career. And I don't really curse anymore. And I see that you're doing that. I think that's awesome. And
Well, I tried it in the past only to just pick right back up on swearing again, and so it's like ugh. But it's like I do want to have it because I've had several people in the past come in, and it's not like I tailor my stream to two people, but they
right.
made good points where it's like you make a lot of sense, and you sound really intelligent, and like you could tell that you got something going on here, and I'm not just stroking my own ego here, folks. The but it was definitely like I really enjoyed what you're saying, but what got in the way of me really getting into it was that you kept cursing, like, and I just don't feel like that's necessary. You have you're good on your own, and that always stuck with me. And I took it offensively at first because I was like, who is this? You don't tell me nothing.
Yeah. Who are you? Yeah.
It's my rebellious nature. I'm not much for authority or anyone who wants to act like authority, but it stuck with me, and obviously it was like something that affected me on a deeper level than just like whatever. So
Right.
it's like
It's a
what's
little more complicated than just like just stop doing it. Like I was watching to like just kind of check your stuff out and like see what these are like. I was
yeah.
watching the Willow interview you did yesterday, and you kind of talked about like an ADHD brain type of thing, and I've been, I think I've speculated that I also have ADHD, and to me what the cursing is like that sort of like anxious, like I need to just keep talking and like have a lot of words to say. And so sometimes like the curse words are just like in that mix. So like
Right.
I totally get that,
Yeah.
it's hard to break.
It's a
But
habit. Yeah, exactly.
right, exactly.
It's like
But, you
it,
know, it's just practice.
it is.
Like even today you're cursing and then you're going dang it, or not even damn it, dang it,
Yeah.
and just catching yourself. Like that's a part of it, you know?
It is. It is a part of it. It is a part of it's a part of just being self-aware and being
Right.
like mindful, like you're saying, and just being like present, like really forcing yourself to be present to the point where you're like, you're forcing yourself to sort of to use your words, when we were kids. Use your words, use your words. It's like, okay,
Right.
because some people will just be like, mother, like it's just like they're just trying to think of words. Like you're saying, is like there's like
It's like filling space. Yeah,
yes, it's
that's all
like
it is.
what's the name of that mother? It's that
Right. It's like
the
just take a beat, you know?
yeah.
Like just like breathe and it'll probably come to you faster than you going, "Blah,"
It's
but I
true.
totally get it. It's like
Are you
it's tough.
did you ever have to deal with like ADHD or ADD? Did you ever get any of that kind of weird diagnosis as a youngin?
No, I was raised on the idea that mental health doesn't exist and mental health problems don't exist and that your struggles are just, that's life. So this is a new this is me being an adult and parentifying, myself and trying to figure it out myself.
Yeah.
No. But my parents were great. They did their best. But like
Yes.
I was never diagnosed, but I've
Mm.
always kind of speculated that was a thing and it's honestly just become clearer as I've streaming has been more of my life and I'm spending more time talking and socializing and like, especially with streaming, there's like right now I'm like, there's emotes flying and there's chats going and there's
Yeah.
alerts, it's just like, there's so much going on. And so it's hard for me to like really focus. And some days I can handle it better than others.
Yeah.
So it's a recent endeavor.
Hmm.
So yeah.
It's a recent endeavor, sort of like pushing the boundaries a little more, or like
Well, like seeking treatment
seeking
and
treatment.
getting tested, like that type of
Yeah.
stuff. And all of that. And there's no shame in that,
Not at all.
Like, yeah. I mean, I've gone to therapy for a long time. Like, I've obviously like struggled with like depression, anxiety, just like on its own. But
Hmm.
like ADHD, I very much identify with a lot of the struggles of a person with ADHD and the people that I've known with it and I've talked to them. I just feel like there's a lot of things that I kind of relate with
Hmm.
on. So again, it's just kind of something that I'm like, this is worth exploring.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see how this
No,
this goes.
totally no, and then, like that's the crazy thing about not crazy thing. I guess that's the wrong choice of words, but that's the wild thing about ADHD is that all these sort of subsets are under it. So like depression and anxiety and all these
Right.
crazy like
Yeah.
all these things that sort of interrupt that can be very interruptive to one's life and you just don't even know it and like I was diagnosed as a child, so like I just assume that it's gone spilled over, but
Yeah, right.
it's just like for the longest time I just sort of self-diagnosed and was like, whatever, I guess I got depression or whatever, that's fine, I'll just deal with it. And then
Right.
it wasn't until a couple of years ago where I was like, okay, this is crazy. This is like I'm like, to me, like illegitimate. I was like, this is crazy. Like I cannot keep living like this. And I
Yeah.
had to like go and what was it that sort of what triggered you to go and seek treatment?
Honestly, for me, it's the fact that I've never felt yeah, literally, it's fine. Just
Everything's
dumpster fire.
it's all good.
for for me, it's like I'm actually at a point in my life where I'm the most well I've ever been. Like I've
Oh,
always struggled, like I said, with depression and anxiety, and I'm at a really good place. And so that's kind of where like I still feel myself struggling, like even though I have these great coping mechanisms and great people in my life that we have like great communication. Like I have like everything is healthy,
yeah.
except there are times where I feel like things kind of get a little out of control for me just in my head and I just want to like figure it out at this point, right? Because like
Mm.
I've done all the work that I can, so at this point it's probably a chemical imbalance.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's like too candid, but like that's
No, not
how
at
it
all.
is.
That's how I felt. Where I was, but I got to a point where I felt like I was at my wits end. Like because I was like meditation and
Oh,
exercise and like diverting the bad thoughts in your head and like like doing all these things you learn in therapy or just however you learn them is like, like, because sometimes you can drive yourself nuts just thinking of just tearing yourself up or thinking about what Bob said to you in the break room today, like, damn you, Bob, you ain't shit, Oh, come on, Mike, you can do better. Do better, Mike. But
Mike, what the heck?
no such
Rude.
thing as too candid. Yeah, especially here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
But
that's sweet.
yeah, like for me, I got so far with it, and then finally I was just like, I don't know what else to do, and my therapist was like, well, have you thought about medication? And I was like, no,
Yeah,
never.
literally same. Up until recently, I
Yeah.
was super anti. And again, like if that works for anyone in
Mhm.
chat or anyone listening, like that's incredible. And like
Mhm.
I am so happy that you were able to find something that worked for you. I always felt like I never want to do that. But again, now it's kind of changing. I'm like, if that would sincerely help my day to day just be a little bit more like even keeled and
Mhm.
I could focus for more than 2 minutes, like
Yeah.
that would benefit my life in so many ways.
Right.
So there's nothing. And actually, you brought up meditation. I think that was the sort of moment for me where I realized, okay, this is something. Because
Mhm.
I was doing this meditation, like it was like a Zoom one-on-one private thing. Because I'd always like wanted to do meditation, but never like really knew where to start. It just kind of felt like there was a right and wrong way to do it, which is not true, but
Yeah.
that's how I felt. And so I started doing that. And what I realized is like we did 10 minutes of just sitting. And then the next week it went to 12, then 15, then 18, then 20. And 20 minutes a day was like the goal.
Yeah.
And I could not do it. I couldn't sit there and like not focus on like the wires on the ground that needed to be fixed or like just like my thoughts like just wouldn't stop. Like it was just like bam bam bam. And I was like, if I don't write this down, I'm gonna forget it. And then what, it's like spiraling. So it's like you should be able to just sit and like chill. If things are important, they're not like gonna fly away. But I think in my brain, I just get so like distracted and like unable to focus that it felt like, okay, maybe this is something, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No,
Meditation was impossible.
oh my god, I just broke it. Sorry guys. Hold on, we're coming back. Stupid Stream Deck, get out of here.
Dream
Uh
deck.
Thank you, Moving Dutchman, for gift subbing Anna
Thank
Carmela
you.
that sub. Uh,
Oh, that's so sweet.
yeah,
Woo.
maybe journaling is a better tool because it lets you get your thoughts out.
Oh, it definitely is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you,
Journaling is like the journaling is my meditation, but that's what I realized. Yeah, it's like
yeah.
no rules, just like whatever's going on, just go go go. It's really nice. And then sometimes like for songs, it ends up being like a journal entry that I wrote and I really liked like a line and I was like, how could I make that into
Yeah.
lyric, and just
Yeah.
kind of go from there. So yeah,
Absolutely.
journaling's great.
Yeah, mining from I love that idea of mining from just yourself even, just like building upon
Yeah.
another idea that's already out there, just or a journal entry or anything like that. Is there any songs that might have came out of the pages of the journal that you could think of?
Actually, Jealous, my most
Jealous.
recent song.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a journal entry. It was the chorus was the entry. And then from there I was like, this is an interesting idea. I don't know if this is just like a me thing that I'm
Mm,
struggling with. Because what happened was, I mean, my chat has heard this story probably 100 times, so I'm sorry. But
it's okay.
um, basically, I used to go to this like live open mic jam session. It was like a lot of these like jazz musicians, like that, studied classically and all the things, they would go to this open mic and jam, and it was an open mic, so you could go up and sing if you wanted to, and or rap or do slam poetry, whatever it may be. And so a lot of people would do that, and I would watch them thinking, I could never do that. Just like go up and like sing like whatever comes to mind, like not planned, like I just thought I couldn't do it. And I brought my journal to that one night, and I remember I wrote something like, I'm jealous that they're more free than I'll ever be. Like and it was interesting because it was like I was like telling myself like, you're not like almost like capable of this, even though you totally could just like go up and try. But like at the time I was like, no, like they're special. They have this like unique like ability to just kind of like let themselves go and just like be free, and I didn't feel like I could do that. And obviously the next day I read that and I was like, that's total BS. Like
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want, you know?
Right.
So then it
For
was kind of
sure.
like, oh, and then the next week I ended up going up and just kind of like improving, and like people were so sweet and so like accept, I don't know, it's just like, what was I afraid of, you know? So I wrote
Mhm.
a song about it because I felt like that experience is valid. And what I've noticed since releasing that song, like so many people have shared their own stories about feeling that way. Or people have said, like, I felt that way about you. And I'm like, are you joking? You know? So it's just like, it's crazy how like sharing those types of experiences can really just bond people and help us all feel seen, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I still have that feeling whenever I see like whenever I see somebody who can like just play like how I want to play, because we were just talking about this with Will, and I was thinking about it off stream too, like, you know, because we were talking about how I sort of let go of this dream that I would be this great like jazz musician who is, you know, who's like 45 playing the smoky clubs, just being a real
Yeah.
cool cat for the rest of his life, which
Calls
that
everyone cat. Yeah.
and yeah, exactly. Everybody's cat and man, and you know, and I'm smoking spliffs in the back and whatever, you know, like the whole thing. And
Yeah.
I'm addicted to heroin, and like
He
it's
has
amazing.
his booth.
Yeah, yeah. So that never happened, and everybody was like, "Oh, you could do it, you could do it, you could do it," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but that wasn't the path." And I found other things that sort of, you know, makes me happy, and like I don't really care to be that now, and like now that I think about it, it's like it would be miserable to be that guy who's like still just playing the same club and doing the same fucking God, come on, Mike, do better, Mike. Playing the same, you know, jazz songs and the same real book, fake book, all that crap, you know.
Fake book.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
You need a swear jar, by the way, like
I do
a
need this
Nightbot
one.
command, like with a counter. So then
Oh
that's what
yeah,
everyone's saying. Swear jar.
yeah. I
That's
think you're
that's how
right.
I hold myself accountable.
Yeah,
I say shysta though instead
Just
of the other word, and so that's a
Shiesty.
command. Yeah.
Um,
No, but have you seen the movie Soul? The
yes,
Disney.
yeah,
See, it's like that. He's like searching to like, you know, he's thinking once I get this thing, it'll make me happy.
hmm,
And then what it really is like, oh, bonding with his mom and like hanging out with that girl.
yeah,
Like that is the true happiness. Like noticing the leaf falling, you know, like, and just seeing like the beauty of nature in the world. Like that's what happiness is. It's not like a thing, a tangible thing.
yeah,
And I think that's a struggle for most musicians. Like
for
I
sure.
totally get what you're saying. Like I had a band that I thought like, oh, I'm gonna be in this band and we're gonna be all moody and touring and play again playing these dusty bars
Yeah,
like forever. Like that's what I thought I would do. But then it was like no, like things changed, and like I've found happiness streaming, and I've found happiness like living where I live and having the friends that I have, and like it's not something that, you know, it's not like you know it, it's like if you're not at a certain place at a certain point, then like you failed. It's like,
yeah,
no, that's like the farthest from the truth, you
right,
know?
yeah. But I used to think that I was like,
Oh
what?
yeah, me too.
I was like 16. It's like if I don't make it by 21, it's over.
Oh my God. Yeah, same. Again, it's just this like weird societal
It
standards and like
is.
weird pressures we put on ourselves, like
It
from
is.
whatever they come from is whatever, but like, you know. Oh my God, they made it.
Thank you,
Reina.
Reina.
Oh my God.
How dare you?
You gotta add like 100 to the jar just to get
We're a bit
started. No, I'm
behind.
just kidding. We gotta catch up.
3 times, my God.
Yeah.
Is that how it's going? When you got partnered on Twitch as
Oh my
well.
God, Dawn, exactly. Like I got partnered, and the moment that because leading up to that, I was like freaking out. I was, oh my God, Sonic Haven. Okay, let me finish this thought,
Yeah.
and then I'm so scared. Okay, but it was the same thing. It was like I got it, and I was like, okay, like this is what I wanted for so long, and like nothing changed,
Yeah.
nothing. Like I got a check mark, and like, you know, I've had some opportunities come, but I don't know if that's because I'm partner. Like literally, the only thing is the check mark. Like who? It doesn't matter, you know. Like, and again, for so long, like that was my like meaning in life was like
Right.
getting this thing, and it was like, what, you know, like why was I so, you know, it's just funny.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, that's easy to say when you have the check mark, Anna. No,
I see. I
I'm
know.
just
I
joking.
know. Listen, and I see like people doing partner pushes and all this stuff, and I just want to give them a huge hug because I'm
Yeah.
like, it doesn't. I swear, like I'm not saying this because of like how I get it. I get it so hard. I was like so upset about it all the time. I was like had sleepless nights. I had horrible dreams about having 73 average viewers. Like trust me, I had it all. I kid you not, they're dreams. It was terrible. So I
Dreams.
get it, and I know I can't speak on it now, but I swear to you, it
Yeah.
was torture.
Yeah. No.
But then it was like, what? What does it matter? Like,
No, and that's the thing too, is like in that first, like the thing about me is I've been doing this podcast for like 7 years, so I know what it means to start over and just start from zero and like build an audience from nothing. You know what I mean? So like
yeah.
for me, I'm in it for the long haul anyways. So like I just going into this, I was like, partner is great, whatever, but like I really just enjoy the motion and the just being on stream, and it's changed my entire podcast, and like and people are all on board with it, like my listeners on the other side, and we've been just growing on the audio side, which is nuts. Like the other day, and I'm not trying to gloat, but just to let people know, like this is 7 years of building. Like I find like it went from 10,000 downloads a week, and then like a week later it went up to 22,000, and I'm like, what just happened here? And the fact that people are coming on board with the change, because now the podcast, the audio side is just this, what we're doing right now with the chat and with all the sound effects and all the shit stuff that's going on. And the fact that people like stuck with it and in fact are growing, it's nuts to me. I don't get it. So partner, I appreciate it, and like I'm totally working towards that, but it's not something I'm concerning myself to the point where I'm like being like self-doubting and self-hating, or having
Good.
terrible dreams about only having 73, which I get that, because I do have those fixations on other things though. Now just
Right.
because I'm not fixated on getting partner and like really like really obsessing about it, it doesn't mean that I'm not out there having terrible dreams about obsessive things in my life. I'm definitely obsessive about a lot of things. A lot of it, I'm obsessive about music, which is, I get rewarded for those obsessions. But then I have other obsessions that get me, that make my wife go, oh. So
Like,
it's,
come on. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, come on. Get out of it. That didn't count. I caught myself. It don't count. Facts. By the time you reach your goal, you've moved on to a new goal. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you really like in life, you really should set goals that aren't I mean, it's hard to not let things like be determined by other people at all, but like, I'm trying to release an album early next year. And like that is for the most part at least in my control, like, and that's a better goal for like me as a person, me as a musician, me as like just a songwriter who wants to like release more things into the world. Like that's way better of a goal for me in general than like something like, again, like being partnered. It's just like, but like they're saying, like once you hit those goals, it doesn't really even seem like that big of an accomplishment. You've already moved on to a new goal. So like that's totally what it is. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's awesome. That was one thing. Someone who has been very helpful, just and they haven't known that they're helpful in this whole streaming process, has been Leon Bratt. And I'm not sure.
Mm.
Are you familiar with Leon?
Oh yeah. We started streaming around the same time. So we're like buddies.
Yeah, I mean
He's great.
he's bad. He's a bad boy, and he puts out these videos on YouTube, and there's so many really great and like
Oh yeah, I've
authentic things.
watched almost all of them.
And the dono
Yeah.
goal, and the reason why I even brought that up is because Bex was saying that like the idea of having a goal that incentivizes people to your community to move, and but having goals that are attainable within a short amount of time, it makes everybody feel good when you hit the goals, and it makes like everybody's like, yay, we did it. But if you have this
Yeah.
like crazy, if I was starting at 50 followers and I'm like, okay guys, by next month I need 1,000. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Let's go.
not to say, let's go. Not to say it's not possible, because it is very possible, but is it likely? Not very likely. So, having these goals like 100, that'll probably be up there for a little while, and that's fine, whatever. But
Dude, you just hit
I
900
just hit
though. Can we
900.
talk about
Can we
it?
just hit? I just hit it. I just hit
That's
900.
sick.
Thank you guys, by the way. Thank you, Anna.
On the dot. I love how
Yeah,
even this is.
yeah.
This is great. Now
900.
on to 1,000.
Yes, and
It's
so
exciting.
now we go. Robbie, what's going on? I can only join chat for the next 5 minutes before I got to film something, but just so happy to see Anna, one of my favorites on.
Aw.
Congrats again, Anna, on the open mic, and love that you had Will this past weekend, and looking forward to going back and checking these shows for more in detail. Thank you, Robbie.
Yay.
Yeah, thank you, Robbie, for the congrats, and thank you for the woos and all the good stuff. So were you doing the open mic for? Was that you doing the open mic on your channel, or was that part of Leon and Raquel's thing?
That thing, yeah.
Okay.
I did the one, not this last week, but the one before. It was really fun. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was the most fun time. Like, it's mind blowing to me that, like, there's so much talent on Twitch. Like, all the original music is, like, just insane. It's
Yeah.
so cool.
It's
It's
really
so
cool.
cool that there's enough artists to promote that have like 15 minutes of solid original material
Heck yeah.
plus, hopefully. But like, it's just so cool. And I think, is Reina on the next one? I thought I had
She
seen in
is.
the Discord.
She is.
Yay! Oh, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, I love Raquel so much. Like, I just
Oh
think
my God, me too.
she is just the best. Like, I have I've I look at her page as a barometer, and although I should stop, because she is like basically the she's been in the game for so many
She's
years.
the Twitch music queen. Like,
Right, exactly.
there's no competition.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so, like, I don't know why I'm sitting here like, as soon as Raquel starts taking down her VODs with cover songs on, then I will too, which that's not a smart thing, because Raquel is, she's the queen. And like, I am this new guy who's just sort of elbowing his way in here and thinking that he could just leave his VODs up. And I still have. I haven't taken them down. I'm just like, come for me, Twitch. No,
Yeah.
I should
I've been
take them down.
trying to do like originals blocks, so it's like
Yes.
30 minutes of just originals that I can just like highlight. But
Highlight,
yeah,
yeah.
it's that was such a bummer this year,
It
to be honest.
was.
Like,
It was.
that whole thing. It makes sense, and it's at least we get to still stream
Yes.
the covers, but at the same time, it's like, bummer.
It's like,
Big
but I
bummer.
mean, it's literally all they have to do is pay for licensing, and that's like, I mean,
Yeah.
come on. But
Well,
I
exactly.
know it's beyond that. I know it's not just like, oh, just pay the money and go. I know it's like lawyers and forms and paperwork and red tape this and all that
Yeah.
crap. But like,
Yeah, music licensing is like the most complicated
it is
business.
it's-
There's the worst part about the music industry, actually. It's
really
it gets
is.
very greedy and like nitpicky, but we gotta make money somehow.
Exactly.
Billie Eilish doesn't have enough money, so we gotta make sure. No, just kidding.
Make sure she's pieced off real
Yeah.
quick.
Also, wait, we totally forgot about the game. Would you rather?
Oh yes, we
Sonic
should.
redeemed it. I just don't want to forget, because I will forget.
Oh, that's okay. I mean,
Should we do
it's
it?
still there. Sure. WSEG beat me to it. Amazon just needed to invest in a better music license deal. And
See, right? Yeah.
and Amazon, come on, Amazon. We know how much money you got.
But look at Reina's message. I agree. As easy it is for Twitch to pay for the licenses, is just as easy for musicians to write their own music and work together.
Ooh,
I think so too. And I think, again, like, that just ties into like the like, having the original material and like really
Yes.
promoting artists on this platform. I think making covers like interesting and original is like a skill in and of itself, but there's something to be said about original music having that sort of same just I don't know, just appeal. And yeah, I just think that's
No,
a really
I absolutely love it, and like the direction that Reina went, which I think was super brave of her, where she's just strictly original, and then sometimes she'll break out a cover set, but now it's a special thing. and
Right.
people are still hanging out. Like we thought that, well, she thought, and me too, and I was against it. I was like, I think you should figure something better out. And then she's like, no, I'm just gonna do it. I want to be. This is why I do music, is not to play other people's music. It's to play my music and to get my stuff out there. And it worked. And the fact that it's working is just, I mean, it's incredible. And I know it's not just the music that brings people there. I know that it's, it's the vibe, it's the energy,
Well,
it's
yeah, it's
the
her like her
relationship.
authenticity,
Exactly.
right? And if that's
Exactly.
where her spirit is and that's where she feels the best about her like artistic visions and all of that, like I think that makes the most sense. I think that's really
Hmm.
amazing. Like it's Reina and also A Fish in a Birdcage does mostly originals too.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
And oh my god, have you checked him out?
Uh-uh.
He plays cello. Oh my god, it's like all cello originals. So cool. You should definitely check him
What's
out.
his name?
He's another original artist. I don't think I've ever heard him do a cover. Um, but yeah,
What's the
I
name?
think there's a fish in a bird cage. Here
A
I
fish.
can. I'll take fish in
Fish.
a bird. Yeah, he's super rad. His name's Dustin, and he's actually touring pretty soon. I think we're gonna do a collab stream
Oh, that's
once he's
awesome.
in California.
Oh,
But
that's
yeah,
so cool. Yeah, you
I think it's a fish. Yeah,
oh,
I
oh,
think yeah.
there you go.
Fish in a bird cage is someone else.
Yeah, we don't
We
deal with
don't
the Witcher.
associate with. Yeah, he's
No.
playing The Witcher.
Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that.
That's funny.
No, mad respect, to people who are, who do the originals. Like, the Silence Noise does original.
Mm.
Let me see, who else is it? Now we're just gonna we're just gonna name other streamers now. Fantastic Plastics is mostly original.
That's
Let's see. Yeah. Anyways, whatever.
yeah. It's super great.
No,
Super cool.
there's just I respect that so much, and not that I don't respect people who play covers and stuff too, because this is, let's face it, that's how, that's how you got to that's how you got your check mark in part, not all, not just covers, but like that, it's what got you to where you're at, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. A dog in a cat cage.
I know,
Yes.
yeah. Let's get this straight. What is his username?
I'm with
No,
it.
but yeah, it's like people like familiarity. And
Hmm.
so for me, my goal is to, if I'm doing a cover, I respect the crap out of that because it's like, this is a song. Like I see it as like when someone makes a song request, like this song means a lot to them. I
Yeah.
don't know what it means to them exactly, but it means something to them, and I want to make sure that I give it that sort of like attention and care that it deserves. I think that's really cool that we can play covers. But yeah, I definitely respect so much, the original material on Twitch. Like it's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, Existence is amazing. I love Existence. She is just such a cool human being as well. And Mind, thank you.
Medina.
Medina, thank you for correcting me.
Medina.
Medina, thank you so much for the follow. And Grimdor, thank you so much for the follow as well.
Oh my gosh.
And I
Yay.
appreciate y'all for being here and hanging out. Again, if anybody has a question for Anna, you can use channel points, and just by being here, you have enough channel points. It's only costs one fresh bar to ask questions, so please feel free to ask our guest today a question. But first, we do have a request for a question, and I'm reaching deep into the pile here. Let's see what it is. All right. So if you guys, hey, Wrecker, what's up? Most big bands got where they are by playing covers. Look at Metallica. Yeah, look at
Like
Metallica.
Led Zeppelin, like
Hmm.
almost all of
The
their songs
Beatles.
are actually covers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Beatles. The first album was nothing but covers. Yeah, no. There's no shame in that game. I'm not hating at all. It's just it's something to. It's a great foot in the door, because people are gonna come through and they're gonna ask you to play the song, and then you can throw in your own original, and if they like that, then they'll probably go check out your music and blah 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 blah
Right.
blah.
Snowball.
Yes, and so like there's nothing wrong with getting someone into the door, and like that's Reina started out as covers and originals, and then she got people into the door, and then it was like, and then she shut the door and locked it. It was like, well, now it's all originals. And so here we are. Someone redeemed, let's see, Sonic Haven redeemed a Would You Rather, which is a new channel point just for, well, it's not just, this will be a continuous thing, but it's new today, and
Great.
we are going to ask the guest, would she rather filthy edition. So it's
Oh
filthy.
God.
I'm sorry, Reina bought it. It's because she's a dirty-minded young lady. Okay, I want to read this and then just pick the best one, and I'll try not to be too gross because I don't want to be gross. This is probably gonna be good.
Oh God.
Oh, that's kind of stupid. Ooh.
No, I don't like that noise.
It's just what they said. Okay, I like this one. It's
Okay.
not too gross. But look, we're gonna do both. The bonus, everybody, bonus, because it's just
Oh,
I like them both. I like 'em.
great. Dynasty.
Hey, what's up? Okay, would you rather, Anna Carmela, have a dad bod or have an amazing body and a bull's head like a hot minotaur?
Okay, obviously the second one. That would be
Applewood.
rad.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, why not? Yeah, I mean, if you're hot but you just got a bull head, I mean, what's up?
Like, right. Yeah, that's exciting. I like already have a dad bod, you know? Like, I'm just kidding.
I definitely have a dad bod, so I'm okay.
Well, you're a dad, so
I am a dad, so
you know, that's good.
So it's still
It's a rite of
unhealthy.
passage.
Where is my epilid? Epilid. Anyways, everybody, every podcast I love is dead is in chat. Everyone, give them love. They have an amazing podcast as well. It's a music streaming pod. No, it's not. It's a music podcast, but it's but they don't stream. They're just just strictly audio and I think, is there video? I can't remember. I thought there was, maybe not. Okay. Question number 2, just because I sometimes. Okay. Well, there you go. Everybody go give some love. A face for radio. Nolan, you got a beautiful face. Why is this not working? This is upsetting. Hold on. Let me try this like this. Is it because I did it like that? Like a dingus?
Is it case sensitive?
No. Okay. Well, sorry, Applewood. You used to have a thing here, but now no longer. Minotaur. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Minion tar. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Minion tour. I mean, if I got a hot bod, the head is okay. You know, I'll have them.
It's cool.
It's you know, and like you
never before seen.
Exactly. An original.
Right.
Would you rather start every business meeting by exchanging bodily excretion or seal every deal by sexual activity? Hey, I know that was gross. I'm sorry.
I don't like excretion.
I don't either. That's what I was like. Ugh.
But I also like, you know, there's something to say about, you know, a classy deal not involving
right
sexual.
Yeah, a handshake is suffices, right?
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
Sufficient. Sorry.
It's a big oof. I think I'll have to go with the. See, what does exchanging excretion mean? Does that mean like you shake hands with excretion on your hands?
Yeah, I mean like a sweaty handshake sounds like an excretion.
I wouldn't choose it.
Me neither.
Per se. Oh yeah, just never make a deal.
No
then
deal.
What?
Oof.
Where do we go?
Oh my god.
I'll say the excretion. Just
the excretion.
You know, a deal is a deal. Yeah, we can have like a passion, like a little peck. You know, maybe. Like not make out, you know. That'd be fun. That'd be fine.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll deal with it.
Just a friendly
make out, pee on each other. Yeah, whatever.
Exactly.
Whatever comes first. It's all good. We're here.
Yeah, really.
Okay, well that was fun. I really did enjoy that. Again, if anyone is interested in a would you rather for the guests, it costs a few hundred channel points. So yeah. Anyways.
Let's see. Yeah.
Anyways, so I you know, like I saw that you were up in Seattle with Raquel and who else was it? Taryn? Is that who it was, or is that
no? It was Anel.
Oh, okay.
Stahl and Megan Lenius.
Megan,
we
that's
all
right.
Yeah, we all shared an Airbnb.
No.
That was So fun. I like miss them. I'm so bummed because the crazy thing is none of us are from Seattle, so we all flew in, right?
What
So
was why Seattle?
because of PAX West.
What's
You
that?
know what that is? It's like a
Mm.
gaming convention. Honestly, I
Oh,
didn't know what it was until we booked the gig, but
oh, that's dope.
it always happens in Seattle. I think last year it was virtual and this year was a little smaller just cuz, flights and all that. So we're hoping to do it every year. Just kind of go up there cuz the actual convention started that Friday and so we played that Thursday night to like open the convention.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it was
dope.
fun.
Yeah. So how
It
did
was so
that
fun.
work? Did you guys just do a set or?
Yeah, we all
Mm,
did acoustic sets and we all did like all originals. I think each of us did like one cover, but
yeah.
it was just acoustic and at this like below it's called Barboza. It was like below this like bigger venue is this
Mm,
little like bar. It was
yeah.
really cool.
Was it like
It was really fun.
downtown?
I think Seattle's
It
huge.
is. It
Like
is.
I didn't realize that.
Well,
Yeah.
it only feels huge because the traffic sucks, but it's
Yeah.
like, but it is kind of small. You can kind of walk around, walk the city if you take
Yeah.
a day. But yeah, I mean, it is
We
huge.
did, yeah.
Oh,
We
that's awesome.
walked like we ended up at like what's it called? The Pike Place,
Oh, okay.
the market,
Mm.
but we like started at the what was it like the Chihuly Museum or
Oh
like
yeah, Dale
yeah. So we
Chihuly. Yeah,
right, it was
yeah.
beautiful, but we ended up like just going all over the place.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I love that. The Pike's Place is fun too. It's super touristy, but like
Oh yeah, but it
it's
was
still
like one of those
fun.
things we had to check
Yeah,
off,
you
and we just
have
like ended
to.
up going on a long walk, and we're like, we're pretty close now. Let's just
Yeah.
go.
Let's go and do something
Yeah.
there. Did you guys eat like did you have Dick's? Did you have Dick's burgers at all?
I'm vegetarian, but I
Ah,
did go and have their fries and their milkshake, and it was really good. It was really, really good.
I do not like Dick's, I'm more of an In and Out kind of guy. I'm more of an In and Out kind of guy. Do you eat In and Out? I mean, there is the
Oh,
okay,
the
yeah,
grilled cheese
grilled
with grilled
cheese.
onions?
Yeah.
Of
Okay,
course. Yeah.
okay. Animal
I love In-N-Out.
style. Ah.
Animal style. Yeah.
I
All of
love
it.
I
So
love
good.
In and Out so much. It's like there's always this like debate with like dicks, and I see that would you rather Bex. We got another would you rather coming. I love this one. I love
It's
this.
great.
I love this one. But there's always this debate where it's like dicks or Whataburger in Texas
Mm,
and In and Out.
yeah.
It's like I'm sorry Texas, sorry Seattle, but In and Out is just takes it takes it, it takes it. Like go, it takes it.
Yes. I agree. I mean,
Yeah,
again, I'm vegetarian, so like I don't know anything, but
right.
like In-N-Out at least accommodates like
Yes.
they make like Dick's wouldn't even like do anything off of the menu at all. I was like, can you just make the same thing without a patty? And they're like, no.
No.
I was like, okay, well,
Yeah, we have.
fine.
You want to know what Dick's big secret is? Like their big like sock'em rock'em. They put what's the stuff you dip fish in?
Isn't it horseradish?
No, it's not even horseradish. It's what's the stuff that
Oh,
you dip
tartar
tartar
sauce.
sauce. They
Yeah,
put Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you for everybody. That's all they do, and it's
I
like
know.
it's
And
tartars. It's the burger's gross.
no, that's the thing. I tried the tartar sauce. It was
Mm.
very good
Yeah,
because
the
I
tartar sauce is
always
good.
thought until I went to Dick's that tartar sauce was fish, but it's
Oh
not. So I had
no,
never I
it's
had
not.
never eaten it because I thought like I wasn't, it was not vegetarian. So
Yeah.
I've been missed, I missed it my whole life, but it was very good at Dick's, I gotta say.
Hey,
Yeah.
well, whatever. Dick's is awful.
Yeah.
For me, it
The
was
fries were okay. It was like 2 in the
fries are
morning too,
fries.
so they were like good.
Right. You're like, it's
But I'd
two,
have to try
baby.
them. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
After I went to like a piano bar and we went to Dick's, like that was the night.
yes, a piano
But
bar. That must have been a good time. It must have been a good
it
time to hang
was.
out.
Do you know Justin and Evelyn? They
I
stream.
I don't know.
Yeah, she lives in Seattle. So
Oh,
does
okay.
Emily McVicker. So I got to meet
Oh, okay.
her.
Nice.
But Evelyn was like, I'm playing a show this weekend, if you're free. And so my partner and I went whale watching on that Saturday, and like all the Twitch people had left because we had our show and they all left around Friday.
Uh-huh.
And on Saturday, we went whale watching like all day. It was like a whole cruise thing. It was awesome. And then that night, we were super close to the piano bar. So I was like, hey, Evelyn, like, we're going to come. So it
Yeah.
was cool.
That's so awesome.
I'd never been to one of those. It was
And
the
she
coolest experience.
and she does like the dueling piano type thing.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah. And
cool.
like
I've never seen
the
her
whole
stream.
yeah, she's like, they're like whoever tips the most gets to go, like the request goes first because
Right.
capitalism, and everyone's like, "Yeah."
Yay!
Yeah.
No, I
It
love
was
piano
awesome.
bars because it's almost like a Twitch show or IRL. Like if you pay
Yeah.
them, like you do live learns and you just like throw money in the bucket.
Right.
It's like you're doing my song now, and it's like all right, we're doing your song.
Right. And I had never seen one. I was like, this is
Mhm.
totally where the format of Twitch was inspired by, like for sure.
Yeah,
Must have been.
yeah,
Cuz those were obviously first.
yeah, for sure.
I don't know. It was interesting. Yeah. It's
You
really
know,
cool.
I've talked to a few people who's trying to like do the balance of like the live gig and trying to bring it all together with Twitch and stuff, but I haven't seen anybody do it and pull it off except for myself, which again, I'm just gonna go ahead and brag about my iRig that simply just plugs into my phone and I go. Uh,
See, I don't have that. I stream IRL gigs pretty often, like whenever I
mhm,
have them,
yeah,
but it's not like it's like literally from my phone.
right, right. You
I'm
just
still
set
trying to
it
figure
up.
out like getting the sound like to
Right.
be actually.
It's hard and like, in those ones, not everyone's going to hang out like they usually hang out and that's fine. But what I did find is as soon as I upgrade the sound is like people were actually hanging out and then now we're going to be taking requests because when you're playing a live gig out at a bar, there's no, people are requesting songs, but it's usually you just pick a set list and you go, right?
Yeah,
Like no
right.
one's, unless they really want to hear a song or whatever. But like so you can have your Twitch people, your community guide the night and who isn't gonna bother? And then
No, yeah,
if someone comes up, you just gotta have the technology to do it right.
right,
And it's really all I'm gonna do is bring my laptop and my iRig and so it's not that hard. But
right.
I find it so fun. Like I don't
Yeah.
know why it gives me such joy to deliver like quality sound off my iPhone. it's
No, that's amazing. Like I'm
it's sick.
striving to do that because I love streaming the IRL shows.
Mm-hmm.
Because like there are times where like I had a show a couple weeks ago. Funny enough, Davey came, which was so
Oh,
sweet.
nice.
But it was like 90 degrees. They usually put me on the patio, so like no one was there when I first started.
Yeah.
No one.
Yeah.
Like there were, and then these girls came to the patio and they had like wine and cheese, and they were the only people. And the only reason they were like a soul in the parking lot was because there was an accident on the intersection where the bar was. And so people were driving by and they're stuck in the plaza and I'm like, "What's your favorite song?" Just trying to get requests. And I haven't been streaming them lately just cuz I'm not like I don't know. I can't right now. But
Yeah.
um but by the time like people showed up it was fine, but like if I was able to like stream that gig it would have been so much nicer cuz I would have at least been able to be like, "Hey guys," like have somebody to like interact with because I'm gonna be there regardless.
Right. Yeah. Might as
Um,
well. Exactly. So,
yeah.
but
See
then
Davey.
Davey came through
Yeah, Davey and Fitness Gal, who's an amazing cutie in chat. They
nice.
came and watched. It was sweet. But see, Davey made some requests, like
Mhm.
IRL. It was awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
And he
he's
knew
like,
you could
"Got any
play.
Adele?" Yeah, I was like, "You know it."
You know
Yeah.
I got it. You know I do, Davey. Why
Davey.
why you even asking these questions, Davey? Come on now. I know. So let's do this. Let's do the would you rather,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
get back into because I'm interested in how you're I mean considering that we're just sort of recently able to play live gigs, but how
We'll
you're
dive back in
yeah.
after a crazy, inappropriate question.
All right, so here we go. I'm not even gonna read it this time. We're just going
Okay.
straight into it. Would you rather hold hold a farting baby or hold a drooling kitten?
Oh, fart. Well, baby farts smell so bad. I hate drool though. I don't like drool. I would hold the farting baby.
Yeah. It's cuter.
Yeah, it's at least like you can laugh at it. The
Yeah.
drool is like you're disgusting. Like
Ugh, like what
stop
is?
that.
Why is it leaking? Like what is
Right.
this? Someone plug this or something? Drooling
Yeah.
kitten for the win. You'd go for the
Yeah.
drooling kitten.
Really?
I love
I
kittens are so cute, but like
everyone's
yeah.
cats. Oh my god, I'm outnumbered.
It's because they don't want baby. Like, most people are like, I don't know anybody here in regards to if you have kids or not, and I don't hate on them. I have my own. But, like, I get it. If you're of a certain age and you're like, babies, farting, holding, gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. I was there once. I was like, I still don't hold babies. Like, I'm not like, I don't want to hold your baby. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not really interested in holding. Babies are the worst. They are the
Sonic
worst.
has 3 children that I love deeply. Sonic is actually a friend of mine.
Bro,
like a real,
babies
also a
are
streamer.
the worst. I'm not gonna lie. Babies are. Yeah, Sonic is a music streamer.
Yes. Her and her. I think that's Sarah in chat right now. But Sarah and Trevor. Sometimes they have a drummer. But yeah, they're rad.
Do I already
check 'em out.
follow you?
I don't know.
Hold on.
You should. They're my friends.
Followed.
Yeah.
Bam.
Oh no! Commercial. All right, there we go. Sonic Haven. Everybody go click on their name and follow Sonic Haven. Babies are fine. It's just when kids start talking back is when the trouble starts. I agree with that, but also
See, there you go.
babies are awful. I'm sorry. Babies are terrible. I loved my baby, but then again, he like used to actively poop on me. So like,
That's love right there. If that ain't love, what is?
I'm not sure if that baby was capable of loving. He was such a just crying little shit monster. But he's so cute now.
He just didn't know what to do. He just knew. Can you imagine
amazing.
just being born? Like, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Like, what is all of this?
Oh my god.
I love kids. They're so interesting to me.
It has to be such like a psychedelic experience. Just
I
everything's
know.
new, everything's bright and colorful, and just
Seriously, like from the beginning, from moment one out of the womb, it's like, whoa.
I mean,
okay,
I can't
we're
imagine.
doing this.
Back in a few. All right, Davey, enjoy your lurk.
Have a. I love that command.
Yeah, you gotta have a fresh lurk. Okay, we're gonna do this other would you rather because Elena, thank you so much, and Monty, I didn't see you in there following 15 minutes ago. Thank you, Monty, for the follow. Elena. Oh my god, I cannot. What does KEKW mean? I still don't know what that means.
Oh, the kekwa.
Yeah.
It's like a better TTV emote. It's this guy going like this.
Oh, okay.
He's like laughing. Like I
Why do I
replicated
not-
it
why
with
do-
this emote. It looks like that.
Okay. I wonder why my BTTV is not working. That makes me upset. It's not even an option right now. It's very upsetting.
Sometimes it's finicky. You never know.
Yeah, well, so is Streamlabs.
True. Questions for the guests.
Yeah. Hi.
That's a great question.
That is a great question. There you go. And we got it out of the way really quickly. Sometimes those questions are in there for like an hour. Love this emote more. That is cute though.
Oh God, that's me
Carmela
as a
pout.
child. I was mad. Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
were
man.
you a performing arts child?
Yeah, I did musical theater when I was like 8, I think is when I started, and I was doing like voice lessons.
Oh,
But it was
sweet.
all very theater, yeah. So
You didn't grow up in Southern California, right?
I did.
Oh, you did. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I grew up in Orange County,
Gotcha.
and then I've just moved around a lot with like random music opportunities. But I'm back in like Los Angeles, Orange County area, so
Yeah.
just sticking it out. I like it here. It's nice.
Love Southern California. I lived
Yeah.
I lived in San Diego for 13 years and
Oh,
recently moved
wow.
back. And God, I did not want to leave San Diego, but
Yeah.
Reina did, and she's from San Diego, so she don't give. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
It's all her
sometimes
fault.
you want to leave your hometown. It makes sense.
Well, I knew I did. I certainly didn't want to come back here, but that's what ended up happening. Now I live here in Toledo, where you can't get any good food at all. So there you go.
Never.
We're not going out to eat, honey, because, well, it all sucks. Welcome to Toledo.
It is pointless. No, just kidding.
Yeah,
Wait,
well,
where's Toledo?
it's like close to the border of Michigan, so like northwest Ohio, and
Oh,
so
okay. Cool, cool, cool.
it's almost to Michigan and whatever.
Yeah.
It's just it's a city, but it's a smaller city, so there's not. I mean, like you know, in Orange County, you can get whatever you want almost at any time of the day or night.
It's true.
Here, it's like you have a window before God comes into play because Sundays are the Lord's day here. Like you can't, there's like you can't buy liquor on Sundays. You can't
I'm
not the.
surprised you streamed on a Sunday.
I'm surprised you even do it. Yeah,
On the Lord's Day.
on the Lord's day, Satan. But it was but yeah, it's just like a very puritanical, just you know, just Midwest AF, and I mean my whole street is lined in Trump flags already. So it's like
Yeah, I mean that's the beach towns in Orange County though. It's very, very conservative.
yeah, well
And
there's a lot
honestly,
of
a lot of
money
Orange
there.
County.
There's a
Yeah,
lot of money.
exactly.
There's a
Right.
lot of
Well, it's not
money.
even money. It's like people getting their houses passed down to them and then
Hmm.
thinking, never mind. I won't go down that rabbit hole.
Well,
But
no,
like,
no, I know
it's
exactly where you're going with it, but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they've
It's
got
messed
good
up.
boba in Toledo. No, they don't. Sonic, I
Yeah,
don't.
what? I have okay. I have never had good boba outside of. I mean, I haven't
Yes.
been to like any other countries, but in the states,
Yeah,
in California, I've had only good boba here. Like I
yeah,
tried in Pittsburgh when I lived there.
yep,
I was so disappointed.
yeah.
Like anywhere I've gone, I haven't found good boba. Because California, it's just like the Irvine area. Oh my God, it's the best.
Yeah.
Like nothing
No,
compares.
hey, I again, I love Toledo was the first boba I ever had, and you're claiming they have good boba, Sonic.
We
Hang
gotta
on.
try Sonic. Yeah.
I mean, if you believe that, then I'll believe that a chubby Xmas album would
Oh,
sell like hotcakes.
another question.
I love that.
Okay.
I love your little chubby person. That
Oh,
thing is
he's
so.
chubby. Yeah,
And then
he
you
is a
have like,
person. It's not me. He's shy, so he
yeah,
won't talk right now. He'll
that's
talk
okay.
later on my stream, maybe.
Totally. I completely
But
understand.
literally, there is a chubby Christmas album. So right now, I'm crowdfunding for an album, like I was talking
Uh
about
huh.
earlier, to hopefully release early next year. And I'm doing like dono goals just leading up to it, like a bunch of different ones. So on Wednesday, my next stream, we hit the first dono goal. So because of that, we're doing a wheel of themes. So I am
Mm.
going to just like every 15 minutes, I'm setting a timer. We're spinning this wheel of like all the themes on my song list, and I have like different costumes for all of them.
Oh
And so
my
I'm just gonna
god.
like quickly change and like it'll be Disney, and then we'll be emo, and then we'll be 80s, 90s, whatever. So it's gonna be fun. So that was the first one, and then the second one, we're doing like a tiny food cooking stream. Once we hit
Ooh.
that, we haven't hit that yet, but hopefully we do. And then the one of the next few goals is gonna be a chubby Christmas album. So you best believe
I love
it's a
that.
part of this
Um,
dono goal craziness.
what does miniature food cooking stream consist of? Is it like
You
real
will
food?
see.
Oh, okay, okay.
No,
No,
no, just
okay.
kidding. No, it's. Have you ever? Do you guys have like Daisos, or do you know what that is? Like a Daiso
Can you
dollar
spell it?
store.
Oh, I have a dollar store.
It's basically a Japanese dollar store
Oh,
with
okay.
awesome random products,
Like
and they
99
have
cent ranch or something,
yeah, similar,
but
yeah,
it's a dollar store.
right. So
Okay.
everything is pretty much like a dollar, but like
That's
they
right.
sell these
Mini tacos.
packs. Yeah, exactly. Like mini tacos. They have everything. They have like I made the donuts. They have like hamburgers, and you just like make them. They're sugar, like it's candy.
It's
It's not like
candy.
actual food.
Okay.
But it's so fun, and like that's gonna be the
Well,
next thing.
I I Reina and I, well, mostly Reina, but she used to run we used to run like an after school art program. And one of the things was making miniature food out of not out of sugar, but out of like a specific kind of clay that you can bake in your oven, which we ended up like it ended up smelling really bad. It smells like burnt plastic, and so we just stopped doing it. But actually, here I'll just oh, what the hell? Get out of here. Okay, so like it's this like
Oh,
these like
oh
little
my God, that's so
yeah,
cute.
and so this is a sculpture, right? So we were having the kids do this. Well, she
Oh,
was. I wasn't doing anything. I was sitting at
Oh
home
my,
with our son.
I love tiny things
Right.
like that. Like that is so cute.
Right? Isn't that cute? I love it.
Amazing.
So like we were making these little things and look, like some of the shit gets really intricate.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. Like they give you these little things that you mix like and they're different colors and so you can like it literally just like ends up looking like a burger or fries or like stuff like that. It's
But it's
really
candy.
fun.
But it's
But
candy.
it's candy, so you can actually eat it. It's not like burnt plastic.
Yeah,
Like you're saying.
which I don't know why it has to be. It's the type of clay or whatever it is. It's not. Oh, 72
Yeah.
fresh. Damn. Moving Dutchman. You fresh AF. Oh my God, that was so loud. I'm sorry.
There it
everyone.
is. Were we awake now?
Yes. Wake up. We're doing
Yeah.
it. Okay. Anyways, so I love that miniature food stuff too. It is.
Yeah,
really
I'm
cool.
actually really excited for that goal because I've never done like obviously like a cooking stream. It's gonna
Right.
be like one of a kind. It'll be really, really fun.
Oh, so this is new. Have you done mukbang streams yet?
I've had like moments in my stream where I've been, or like when I first start the stream, I'll probably starting soon because I'm like, I should go live, but I still have my breakfast. So
So I'm just
I
gonna hold off
do
for a second.
like eat. But the cool thing is, like, everybody's like, you should do this more often. I'm like, really? This was just me being, again, like late always.
Yeah.
And just like run, like, I gotta start. I said I'd start at 2 and it's now 2:10.
It's so
So
funny that we get so worked up over these times that we created for ourselves.
I know. It's like, why was, like, this was me. I
Right.
did this to myself.
Yes.
But
yes,
again,
you
it's
did.
just, get sidetracked and then realize I have 10 minutes to warm up, which takes 15 minutes, and put on my makeup, which I can't do while I'm warming up for the
Yeah.
most part.
So it's
So it's a fun mess.
well, it's like I don't know, like how long from start to actual being on air does it take you to get a stream ready?
Probably, I mean,
I
30
mean, including
minutes.
including your routine of makeup and warm up.
Yeah. Yeah, like maybe 30 minutes. Like I like to take an hour to just
Mhm.
like really just try to like have everything turned on. Again, do makeup, warm up, have a picture for social media, stuff ready. It's like this whole thing.
Yeah.
And then eat too. Like that's kind of a part of like getting ready. So yeah, I like to like take it pretty slow, but I could get ready pretty quickly. Like there have been streams where I've been like no makeup and like thinking people will care and no one does. Everyone's like, why do you even put makeup on? I'm like, don't say that. I spend so much time.
Time,
No,
money, effort. Come on,
oh
folks.
my, all the things.
For you.
Yes.
For you, all of you.
Yeah, that's funny.
is
Dawn.
such-
So I have this like early crew that comes in the stream and they'll just be like chatting, like essentially using my Twitch chat as like a pre-stream chat. It's really
Yeah.
cute. I love it.
That is
So we have
nice.
this early crew emote. Anyway, but Dawn during that would sometimes give a checklist. He'd be like, all right, like Cliff Bar, because I eat one of these every day. Check. Makeup, check. Warm up, check. Water bottle filled, check. Like it was all these like things. It was awesome.
Yeah. So like, is this when the hold stream or the almost like when your screen is on getting ready to? Is that what you're talking about, or is it like a pre? Because you're like
Pre.
so like you're in the chat before you even go live. Is that
Yeah.
what you- yeah.
Exactly.
That's
It's so cool. It's like
That is
it
cool.
almost like warms my heart to see them
I
in
bet.
the chat,
Dude,
just like hanging out. It
yeah,
just like really
that's-
pumps me up.
we're just waiting, sitting here
Yeah.
waiting. Where is she? Oh, she's late again. Oh,
See, but that's I know every stream, and again, like you said, we're making our own schedule. There's no
Yeah.
excuse, but
no.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a psycho about that too. Like at the beginning, I feel like at the beginning of streaming, it just took me like 4 hours every time I had to stream to like prepare, to mentally prepare. It's because like even for you, like you've been playing music, singing, songwriting for years before you got on this platform. So like you have the performance side. Great.
Which, by the way, thanks for playing all those old
I love
crusty
those.
videos.
I
That
love
was
them.
so funny. I turn on your stream and I hear myself as like a 12-year-old or something, like 13, singing like
It's so-
secondhand serenade all emo. It was so funny.
It's so adorable.
Oh, I know. It's all online too.
Yeah,
which is
and
awesome
I love
for
that
me.
well, but I love that you have sort of this timeline, and me too, and Reina too. Like
Right.
hers goes back a long time too. So it's like there's this like you sort of this timeline that you can sort of revisit at any time and see your progress and see what you've become and see what you're doing. And it's just, I think it's a valuable thing to have these old videos and old recordings of yourself so you can sort of go back and reference. Or I mean, sometimes
100%.
sometimes I'll be listening to old song, like old songs, and I'll do like a production trick, or I'll do like something. I'll be like, oh dude, that's so awesome. And then I'll have like a whole new song or whatever off of that, just listening to old stuff. And it's like,
Right.
it's
Well, that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't even have Corey as my mod if I hadn't done all those covers. Because I
mm,
posted this like Breaking Benjamin cover when I was, I think, like 16, and it got like not viral, but it got a lot of views.
yeah.
And he found my Twitch stream, like one of my first streams when I was like streaming off of a laptop. It was like the worst quality, all the things. He's like, "You're the so cold girl," and I was like, "Yeah," And he's like, "Do you need a mod?" And like, little did I know, Corey was Raquel's mod, and like
Oh, nice.
he introduced me to her. So it was like,
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy how it all kind of feeds into each other.
Right.
And then
Right.
also, like you said, just to like track your progress, like it was hard to watch myself back then, like watch videos back and then post them. But it helped me get better and it helped me
Did.
improve and like, kind of find my voice in within
Mhm.
that. So it was like kind of cool.
Yeah. And that's what I love. Hey,
Hi,
Kelton.
Kelton.
Um,
Speaking of the early crew, that's Kelton.
hey, the
He's
early
clocking it. See, 30 minutes before. See?
clocking it, folks.
But now we're here, so we can hang out.
We're yeah,
cute.
and just so everyone knows, we're gonna after Anna goes, we're gonna give her a little time to get live, and then we're gonna raid into her. So just so everyone knows what's going on after this is gonna be an Anna extravaganza. So it's
Well, the music. We'll
yeah,
do
the music will be on the
things,
other side. Yeah, so it's gonna be
This is where we just hang out and talk about
exactly
would you
exactly.
rather.
Oh, which reminds me, I have this.
Oh yeah, you've been holding it this whole time.
I have the second one here,
Okay.
and then I think Bex had a question, right? Yeah, so we'll get to that question as well. And so here, would you rather have your body part become a werewolf or become a vampire, but you only need blood from people's different body part? Okay.
I love that it's like not using proper like anatomy terms.
Right.
So it's like you made this game. It's clear what you're talking about. Just say it. You know?
Leave it open for interpretation.
Okay, well that's true. That's true. Well then it could be my hand. It's like
Yes,
E.T. This is like I need
exactly.
to like,
Yeah,
the vampire.
this is how I vampire you. So you would go with option B then, become a
Well,
vampire.
but maybe werewolf because werewolves only become werewolves at night, right?
That's true.
So you just gotta,
During a full
get your
moon,
business
though.
done in the morning and you're good.
So if you have a body part, which body part would turn into a wolf?
Oh. There's an option.
Well, I mean, it says have your body part become a
Ooh.
werewolf, but which body part?
I see. I'm thinking dirty because this is the dirty version,
Course.
but that's just my
But we
brain.
don't have
So in that case, it would be like my hand, because then I'd have
Ooh.
claws.
That'd be tight.
And I have, I like bite my nails, so I don't have nails really. So like I would actually have nails. It'd be sick.
Say the pinky.
Save the pinky. Yeah. Maybe just a
Just
pinky.
the pinky.
Actually, I had like 2 guitar lessons from this guy who really he looked like Voldemort. Like he just really did. But he also had like he played classical guitar, so he had like only like 2 long fingernails. It was like
Yes.
that. It was like
Yeah.
like claw. It was
Right, yeah,
interesting.
it's a little.
Right, yeah, hello. And he talked really quietly.
Ooh,
And that was
you
2
only got
lessons.
2 lessons.
Yeah.
You're like, this guy is just.
Like I'm sorry, I can't
No,
do it.
oh, I tried taking guitar lessons when I was like 6 or 7, and like I was in this room, this like 4x4 room, and it was just me and this lady who had like a beautiful hollow body. I just remember fawning all over it, and she just chain smoked for the entire hour. It's just like in this little room, just okay, this is
And
a
you're
C.
6?
Yeah, well, I'm old. This is before people cared about strapping people in the back seats or any at all.
Before seatbelts?
Yeah, before car seats. Like we were just jumping over the seats.
BC.
We didn't
Before car seats.
before car seats. We didn't care about car
No.
seats. We didn't care. Like my dad would. My dad wasn't a smoker, but like we weren't thinking about these things. We would go over to my grandma's house, and she would just be kicking back like natural ice and like smoking and shit. Like it was. No one cared. It was the '90s. Like we were just.
Yeah.
We were just out there living large and in charge and
I thought you guys were so much younger. When Reina said how old she was in a stream recently, I was like, no, I thought you guys were straight up like 25.
well,
So like, yeah, the fact that
genetics.
you're like that was in the 90s. I'm like, whoa,
The
that's
90s.
crazy. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
it is
mean,
crazy.
yeah, different time,
Very
for sure.
different time.
Now someone would record it and put it on TikTok, and you'd get fired from your job and like all that, you know.
That's why I work for myself.
See, there you go.
I don't.
You can't fire me. I'm me.
Yeah, I'm me.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the beautiful thing about being an artist and this is a small business and this is something that like you're not beholden to anybody, and if you don't want to do something like that, then you don't, like if I get to a gig and I'm like, this don't seem right and I don't like it, I'm gonna walk out and not feel bad. Like it's like,
Right.
dude, run a better establishment and then I'll come back or something. Like whatever
Yeah.
the case is, I don't feel that I have to do anything. I love doing this. I love doing what I'm doing. So yeah, get that
Right.
boba going. That Toledo boba.
Hey.
I still don't believe you. I still don't believe you that the Toledo has good boba. But hey, I've been wrong a lot in my life. So what can I say?
No,
What
I
is
don't
a good
believe it either.
question? What is a good?
That's your question. Is what is a good question?
Okay, we got one question before you, and then we'll get to Kelton's amazing
We'll dive
question.
deep.
We'll yeah, this deep dive right here. When will? Oh yeah, okay, you already asked that. So when will we get a Chubby Christmas album? And
Oh, well, obviously it'll hopefully be released around Christmas. But yeah, it's one of those goals. So we'll see. We'll see.
and then of course, what is a good question?
What is? You know what? Actually, I have a recent deep answer for that. Maybe not deep, but
Here
I
for it.
have right now I'm in school. I'm in my last semester of college, and I have it's a music degree. So
Nice.
my private instructor, we've been talking about like songwriting and just like all of that stuff and just kind of like that process of getting to like write a song, like starting to write it, whatever. So the question she asked me when we were talking about that, she said, "What's in your heart?" What do you feel like you need to say? And like that question was it felt like such a big question, but it was like, I don't know, there's really no other right way to start that process, you know?
Yeah.
So to me, that's a good question.
So
What's in your heart?
what's in
Kelton?
Your heart? Yeah, Kelton. There you go. What's
You know, if you're trying to make a decision, if you're trying to think about like pros and cons, all the things, like what's in your heart? Like what does your heart say? What does it want? Like
right?
regardless of practicalities or anything else, like think about that first and then maybe move on to those things. But first, what's in your heart?
Right, because what's in your heart might not be the easy solution, and what's in your heart might
Yeah,
be
it probably isn't.
yeah, and what's in your heart
It probably
might
feels impossible or
right
something, you know?
right, and that's why you go by that, because it's like, well, cholesterol.
Cholesterol.
Yes, me too. I gotta
Yeah,
watch
that's
my
how I answered her actually.
cholesterol.
Yeah. Moving on. Nothing.
Blood,
Yeah.
veins, valves. I think there's some valves in there or something.
Arteries, perhaps.
Yes, arteries, and that's about it. That's about it. What's interesting is that the heart actually does have neurons, and so there is actual and you have neurons in your gut biome. So when you're talking about thinking and coming from the gut and the heart, it's true, because there's neurons
Yeah.
like bouncing back and forth from your brain and all that. Like it's like a piece of
It's-
your brain in your heart and your bowels. So-
Right.
So
No wonder we love In-N-Out so much.
Hey.
Call back.
Hey.
Yeah.
What's up?
No, it's really interesting though, seriously. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, well,
Not to totally deflect from that really awesome thing you just said.
well, it's a very it is a very good, it's a very interesting thing, because and it's something that doesn't seem to be touched upon very often, And I think it's a huge sort of discovery that maybe we should sort of investigate. And I'm sure there are people out there on the case, but it's like when people are talking about like thinking and coming from the heart and coming from the gut, like there's
Like
like
those gut feelings, right?
yeah, and there's validity behind that now, and it's because you're actually having feelings and ideas or something going on down there. I don't know
we
what.
need we need a doctor.
Yeah,
We need more. We need more.
yeah.
This is interesting.
Is there a
Yeah.
doctor in the house?
Yeah,
Um,
really.
but it's like there's all kinds of weird things that we're finding out. Like the just found out like Reina talks a lot about sex on her channel. Mighty, thank you so much for all the gift subs. I saw you give out gift subs
Aw.
earlier, and I forgot to say thank you. So thank you so much for gift subbing, the super badic. And the lucid. Okay, we speak English good, everybody. So thank
It
you for
tracks.
those. Thank you so much for that. But Raina talks a lot about sex on her channel, and one of the things she says is like when you're having sex with somebody, you're exchanging energy, and a piece of them kind of stays with you. And I don't know if she said especially for women, but then I read this article on this study that shows that anytime a woman uh, uh, they have DNA from every partner they've ever been with. It stays in them. There's trace DNA within them
That sucks.
forever. She said that sucks. But I mean, but when you think
No, I'm
about
just
it,
kidding.
and well, I mean, it can suck for some people, right? Like that might suck for some people, and because people make bad decisions sometimes, like I
They
made,
don't wrap it up.
they don't
Yes,
wrap it up exactly, and
they should.
that's the other
Yeah.
thing too. Is like, yeah, I know it does sound horrible to have, can you imagine having your ex's DNA just all up in you still, like, because
That is my worst nightmare.
I'm s-
Worst.
well, I hope you wrapped it up, Anna.
Listen.
In any case, but when you think about it, I mean, like it puts so much. I mean, it feels like scientific. Good thing I'm a lesbian.
Yes,
Let's
Bex.
go. Let's go, lesbians. Not carrying around your partner's DNA. That's right. Payback's a biatch thing. Stop harbinger. Um,
No.
but it does add a little bit of validity to at least this theory that Reina has, where you are carrying around. I mean, when you think about it on a scientific level, that like when they're proving that you still have genetic material of people in you, like that it's like you literally have a piece of them in you forever, and so it's really interesting, man. It's so so F boys are literal piles of variety of genes. Yeah, piles of variety of genes. Yeah, yes, I mean,
Collecting DNA.
hey,
Yeah.
I was her over a year and I left. Hey,
Good. Hey,
heart.
that's good.
Yeah, no, and that's the other thing. You were listening to your heart, right, Harbinger man, and you're like, the easy thing to do is just to stay in a relationship where you're comfortable, and maybe things are
Oh my God.
terrible, but you're comfortable, and the idea of going out and finding a new mate, or being alone even, or like that's a lot of it. I mean, do you ever like to be alone, or is that something that do you enjoy solitude, or are you someone that likes to have people around all the time?
Yeah, Dawn, I was literally thinking about that. My last song is about all of this, which is well, it's the last song on my album.
That's a beautiful song,
Um,
by the way.
Thank you.
It's really
Well, yeah,
awesome.
it's I mean, it's literally the chorus is frozen until I force myself to make a move. Like
Wow.
maybe we got lost in safety. It's like that sort of staying because you're comfortable, not because you're happy. If anything, it's like borderline like abusive and like emotionally sort of manipulative, but you stay because it's comfortable. It's what
Right.
you know,
Right.
So like that's what I wrote it about, which is so funny that
Mm.
you mentioned that because I was thinking that. But I really do need alone time. That's what I'm realizing the older I get and the more life experience I get. Luckily, I have a really great partner who is so just like emotionally um just together and are like obviously nobody's perfect, but I've definitely had experience in the past where I've been in relationships with people that were just lying or sort of gaslighting and didn't really, maybe they didn't even know what they were doing,
Yeah.
because, maybe we're just young and whatever. But all in all, like that was kind of the normal. And so I thought for a long time, I just need to be alone, like whatever. But I think I was just with the wrong people,
Yeah.
you know? So
Yeah.
it's like in that sort of alone, like in a relationship versus not, I think it's just a matter of who you're with. Like that's a huge part of it, obviously. It's like
Absolutely.
who you're going to give that energy to, because, you know, not everyone, not just anybody like deserves that, and
Absolutely.
you know.
Yeah.
So I definitely I really commend Reina for talking about that on her stream, because that's important. Like that's, unless you have parents that are really involved in like your own like emotional development, which I feel like a lot of us, judging from like my community's talks and all of that, a lot of us didn't really get that, which
Mm.
again is just maybe a generational thing, maybe
Yeah.
like, whatever it may be. But I think it's important to talk about because it's a thing that we all experience,
Yeah.
in one way or another. So, but I do need alone time. Like I really do think I'm an ambivert where like I will totally mold to like any situation. Like if no, like we were kind of saying earlier, like filling in the space.
Yeah.
If no one's talking, I will talk. Like I will make sure people are
I will
like
fill this role.
comfortable. Exactly. But I love that? Not really. Like
Mm.
my best friend in the entire world, she's been my best friend since we were in elementary school. She's a talker and I love her for it because like I can just sit and just like be present and not feel that sort of pressure to like, you know, be that like extrovert, because I think people expect me to be, because I am like a high energy person.
Yeah.
And I always have been that way, but I'm not like I wouldn't say I'm an extrovert,
Yeah.
period. Like I definitely get energy from like being alone
Mm.
and having like quiet time. Like last night I watched a documentary and just like hung out, and like that was a great night for me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
So, you know.
I do get that. I mean, as I get older and as as my expectations of life and change and shift and responsibilities shift, like the night out at the bar sounds awful. Just like the
Horrible.
worst thing I could think of doing. And it's like I work at bars as a musician, so it's like it's still like I still have to, and I don't really drink. I can't say I quit drinking because I've been drinking a couple times this year. But before that, it was like 2 years before that, and then before that, it was like 6 or 7 years or whatever it was. So I don't drink all the time, but I used to drink when I went to the bar, obviously. But being at a bar as a musician and I'm still closing the stupid bar down because I'm playing till
Yeah.
the end of the night and I'm fighting through crowds and I still have to deal with all the garbage that goes along with it. But I'm not drinking, which makes it a lot better. But still, I get home and I'm wide awake because your adrenaline's running and I'm just sitting here like debating whether or not I should just eat myself to sleep or not. And it's like, well, don't do that, Mike, because you just be fat. But I do or I don't, or I just sit there and I watch TV until like 6 in the morning, and then it's the weekend and my son wakes up at like 6 o'clock in the freaking morning. So it's just like there's just gigs equal like I might as well have been drinking because I feel pretty terrible, but that's not true. I mean, if I was drinking on top of all that, I'd be way worse. So
So yeah, you think that and then you do and you're like,
yeah,
like literally my partner and his brother and his girlfriend and I, like we all went out this weekend and like we drank and like,
yeah,
she came back with like more shots. I was like, I don't need this. But it's like dangerous, and then the next morning I was like, I feel horrible. Like
yeah,
I don't want to do this ever again,
yeah.
but it's funny because like when I was, first turning like 21, you're thinking like, oh yeah, like let's party. And I'm so beyond that at this
Yeah.
point. Like it's just exhausting.
Well, when you're young, you could absorb it. Like you're not
Yeah.
waking up. You could go to bed at 5, wake up for work at 6, and just like live your day. It's like I'll
I
sleep in the
mean,
afternoon, whatever.
yeah. In high school, it was like I'd sleep 2 hours and just like have a whole day. And now I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't do it.
No, it's impossible. I won't. Well, it's not
Yeah.
impossible. I mean, like I went to see Dave Matthews. I was actually in Seattle when you were in Seattle because I was meeting up with. I'm not sure if you know who Matt Suarez music is.
Yeah. Totally.
Me and Matt are homies from San Diego. So
Oh,
he
cool.
invited me out to this Dave Matthews concert at the Gorge in Washington, which was an amazing situation. But it was Oh shit, I forgot why I even brought this up. What were we just talking about?
Drinking, staying out late.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So like there was one night where like I took a bunch of acid and like it was just too much. No, it was too much. It was too much. I
A
left
bunch.
I yeah, it was a bunch. And then I thought it was cool, man. I thought I could. That was the first time I took acid in like 10 years or something too. So like I'm almost 40. There's no business. Like, I have a child and a wife at home. There's no business for me to eat a fucking handful of acid and go watch Dave Matthews in the fucking middle of nowhere, Washington. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
like,
it's not necessary. But I did. And what
it.
ended up happening was is that the acid was too harsh. And I had to start drinking because just to counteract this shit. But the problem was that I was up until like 10 a.m. the next day, still drinking. Matt had to take me aside, like, dude, don't embarrass me in front of my friends. Like, you're getting a little crazy. I think you need to stop drinking. And I told him, I was like, look, if I'm drinking, shit might get wild. So like, if you see me drinking whiskey, just tell me to stop. And I had everybody sort of patrolling me, except they couldn't stop me at 6 in the morning when I was just sitting there drinking whiskey at 6 in the morning while the sun's coming up. Like, oh God, you're such a. Anyways,
What a time to be alive.
what a time to be
Honestly.
alive. Yeah,
What a
yeah.
time.
In a pandemic with 20,000 people around you, fucking tripping balls on acid and drinking whiskey at 6 in the morning as a 40-year-old
Yep.
man. Jeez Louise, what is happening?
Literally nothing like it.
Literally nothing like it. But it's like that thing where it's like I there's no way I can do that without some kind of substance. And I don't want a substance. You know what I mean? Like there's no way to party all night anymore. And the fact that I did that, I mean, I'm sure it took years off my life. Like it just,
Years.
it was terrible. It was like the leash got let off and I just like, oh, I'm going now. And thank God that I had a little fortitude to stop drinking and get my shit together and actually go pass out eventually. But I mean, that could have easily turned into a horror show, and that's why I quit drinking. But it's just
Right.
that idea is like drinking all night, hanging out all night. It's like I would never do that in any other situation.
No, yeah, yeah. It's time and a place.
There's
I
a time and
commend
a
people who
place.
can. But it's just funny, there's like that whole stereotype of like musicians like crazy party. I'm like, no,
Not the real
never.
ones.
I couldn't. My voice would be gone the
Yeah.
next day.
No,
What am
no,
I gonna
like
do?
I don't get how people do that, and it's not
I don't
sustainable.
either.
Except for Keith
No.
Richards, I guess, can do it, but he's some kind
Bless
of
it. I mean,
mutant. I don't know, like he's
yeah, I mean, bless his heart. I don't know how.
Keith Richards is
Yeah.
just still rocking it.
Right.
Good, but yeah, exactly. Bless his heart. He's still out there doing one-handed push-ups and shit. It's tight. But
Right.
but it still is just like I can't do that, and it's just unsustainable for most people. It's unsustainable, and to see
Yeah, and
people.
like, most people that you know and you see them like drunk, you're like, I really wish you weren't drunk. Like you're way better
Yeah,
like
cool.
when you are level-headed, and
Yeah,
it's the funny thing is you think, "Oh, I'm going to drink to like take the edge off and like it'll be fine. I'll be fun." And it's
yeah,
like you're fun for like 10 minutes and then you have another drink and
yeah.
then it's like just, it's yeah, not to go, if people want to have fun, cool. But like I'm just saying for in my experience, I'm like you really didn't have to do that.
Mm-mm,
Like
no. Eh,
you're fun
Yeah.
regardless.
And what I discovered was is just because I'm a naturally anxious person and then like I get
Yeah,
weird in a lot of people. Like alcohol was a very awesome social lubricant, but like you said, I'm cool for
there's
the
a
first
point.
10 minutes. But when I was being built, they forgot to put an off switch. So,
Oh my god. See,
so
yeah,
there's
but
no
as
off
long as you
switch.
know that,
Well,
like I think
that's
that's the
why
most
I
important is
refrain
being
from you know
right. Yeah,
for the
being
most part.
self-aware is it's all you can do. It's like knowing yourself well enough to be like, "All right, that's
Yeah.
probably good, buddy." Like have that like self-talk. Hey
It's
guy.
yeah, you really
That's
do though. You really have to like sit there and a lot of problems that people have is just going with the momentum of life and not questioning or I mean questioning themselves, not putting any sort of like introspective thinking into things and they just sort of like blow through life just destroying relationships
yeah, it's
and
sad.
just like destroying themselves and drinking drugging just not understand which was totally me
Right. See, I'm very grateful that that time for me was very short,
Oh, that's
but it was
awesome.
like definitely a time, you know.
Yeah,
I have like at least 4 years of just that. But, you
what
know,
you know
you live.
what was it just drinking or casual drug use, or was it like hard drug use?
No, luckily I've never really touched hard drugs. I mean, beyond like a couple, fun times like with things, but it was never a problem, you know what I mean?
Yes,
Like
yes.
and then with drinking, I definitely would go a little too hard sometimes. And then like for me the most thing was like the mental health, like
Yeah.
I really struggled and it was almost like a silent struggle. So like
Yes.
for a while it took a long time to kind of surface, but once it did, and like I said, like I was in therapy and got the help that I needed, like it really turned around, which is really great and I'm so thankful for that. But yeah,
Yeah.
things were a little out of control for me, like probably from like maybe 19 to like 22,
Wow. And then you
and
were like, I gotta get my stuff together.
yeah, and I mean I'm like, I'm 26 now, and
Yeah.
I just, so it's been like 4 years of just like really prioritizing
Wow.
myself and
Dang.
stuff.
That's
So
what I
I
love
feel,
about that's what I love about
uh,
your guys' generation and even younger is that you guys very much enveloped and like, was are into this mental health thing. And like I'm talking to 17-year-old like rappers who are like, I was out in the streets doing drugs and stealing and robbing and shit. And then, around 16, 17, I started realizing like, what am I doing? I love music. And like, so I went and got
right.
help. And I was like, what? What rapper is sitting here talking about? Like, so I went and got therapy. I'm
Therapy's
on,
cool,
yeah,
man.
therapy's great. I meditate
Yeah.
all the time. Therapy.
Yeah.
Out in the street, they call it murder.
So,
Not anymore.
not
No.
anymore. They got the help they needed. So,
Yeah, they got the therapist on speed dial.
exactly. So,
Yeah.
that's what I absolutely.
No, it is. It's so like inspiring because even me, like I feel like the generation even like under me is
Mhm.
like super hyper aware, and
Yeah.
it's almost scary because there's these very wise like 16-year-olds, like 17-year-olds who
I
like
know.
seem like they're wise sages who've lived
Right.
many lives, but it's like it's a good thing, it's like
They're just on
that.
TikTok all day. That's
Oh,
all. They're getting their
right.
self help through TikTok. Me too, everybody.
But hey, me same.
All the
Between the stupid dances and weird singing challenges, there's a lot of mental health stuff on there that's
there
really
is.
helpful.
And now what's sad is my TikTok has turned into like conspiracy theory
Oh
TikTok.
no.
It's
You
just
gotta like just skip those videos
I
so like the
know.
algorithm knows.
You watch like one or two Alex Jones videos and like they think that's all you want to see is Alex Jones' big fat jowls bouncing around, barking at you and shit.
Yeah, no.
Anyways, we have a couple oh no, we have one question here, and we should get to it so we can cut you loose and so
Oh
you
yeah,
can get
shoot.
over it.
Time
And
flies.
yeah, hey, we're out here, we're solving world problems right now, Anna. Uh,
All the things.
what kind of person are you when you get drunk? Are you more cuddly or over energetic one? Wow, that's a really good question, and I'm really interested in this.
Um, Probably like over energetic.
Hmm.
Not cuddly, I don't think. Well, if you asked me like again like 4 years ago, maybe I would have been cuddly. Like the other night when like I was saying, I got really drunk and I just like played pool and I was like talking crap because I'm like, yeah, like I'm gonna like, cream you. And then we did. So it's like, I guess I get really good at pool when I'm drunk.
That's fun. That's
Yeah, I don't know. But I think probably just like energetic and like trying to get everyone together and like whatever.
Come
But
on,
yeah,
guys, let's
let's go.
go.
Yeah.
God, I wish that was me. I turn into like, fuck you, you stupid fuck. Okay, do better,
No.
Mike. Do better.
Yeah.
But I do turn into that. I'm screaming obscenities in the streets. I'm grabby. That's why I stopped drinking. I stopped
See,
drinking for
but
these reasons. Of course,
all
yeah.
right.
Okay, sorry, everybody.
Do
So
better.
basically, more hype version than you are on stream.
No, honestly, you know what I'd say? I just say it more a messy. Like because
Messy.
again, it's like you're not thinking about
Yeah.
what you're about to say, and then it's just like, wow,
Yeah.
But it's like a hyper mess. That's what I am.
We'll close it out like this. Did you ever have to struggle with anger issues at all?
Anger, no. Again, I've always been very avoidant and
Mm,
things kind of were like
non-confrontational.
under the surface. Like I struggled with like self-harm and stuff like that, you know?
Ah, yeah.
So it wasn't like outward. It was more like to
Yeah.
myself. But
Yes.
yeah, don't anymore.
But you got
But
the help you
never
needed.
anger. Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is great, you know?
I
There's no shame in that.
I love that you're 26 and you have it took me until I was like 35. I was like, my God, like,
But again, it's like the tools probably weren't available. Like again, like you're saying, it's this generation of like
yeah.
having people to talk to every day that are normalizing these experiences, you know? Like
Mm.
that wasn't a thing. Like I mean, I know I'm 26, but I still had a MySpace and like that was like social media,
Yeah, yeah.
which was like just starting out, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I've seen how like social media has become like such a like a cultural difference in like the way that we interact and the way that we relate to each other and all that stuff. So like it
It's,
makes sense, you know?
I mean, social media is like one of the scariest things, and
It's
I
terrifying,
think,
yeah.
I
But
think
also great
I love it. I
sometimes.
love it so much. I love it so much. I love TikTok, even though I suck at it, but I love TikTok.
Same.
And I will just waste an entire morning and just scroll, scroll, scroll. I love it so much, but there's so much on the other side of social media that is just that's taking, because there's giving, there's a lot of stuff to glean, but there's so much taking. And when I think about these young, like especially young women who like are killing themselves, like literally an epidemic of young women taking their own lives in high school, in elementary school,
Oh my
young
God, it's so
young
sad.
young non-binary kids especially, like it's really really sick and sad. And the fact that these companies are avoiding at all costs taking responsibility for this, like it's like I get that they couldn't have foreseen this happening, but the way that they target their algorithms, this is what gets clicks. Conflict gets clicks. And so they're just looking to make money. They are not our friends. Just because they put BLM up once a year does not make them our friends. Just because they
Right.
put an LGBTQ flag up, for a month out of the year, they are literally taking our information. They're literally killing our children. They're literally pushing narratives, whatever narrative that they're being told to push is or whatever narrative they deem fitting. So,
Yeah.
when we're out there, just be safe, guys. Just watch where you're at, watch what you're doing, or you could end up like me with an Alex Jones feed and his big fat jowls yelling conspiracy theories at you.
And we
So,
don't want that.
and you don't want that. You don't want that
No.
life. You
No.
don't want to be me.
See, but the cool thing though is like, our generation was seeing these magazines of this like ideal body or
Yeah.
whatever it may be, like the what you should be, as
Yes,
a
yes.
female identified person. Um, but now there's an equal amount of coverage that's saying like that's bullshit, like
Mhm.
that's not what you want to
Yeah.
like that shouldn't be what you're striving to be. Like you should strive to be smart
Yeah.
or like challenge yourself and like be better like as a person, be a better friend. Like why are we focusing on, so it's like hopefully the same amount of like that negative like sort of thing going on, there's also like a sort of positive thing. And if you can find like the right people to follow, like I mean I abuse the mute thing because like I have a lot of great friends, but some of the stuff they post is a little triggering to me,
Yeah.
whatever it may be,
Yeah.
and it's nothing against them. It's just like that's not good for me to be just seeing all the time. And so
Right.
I've sort of taken it into my hands and been like, I'm just not going to see it without like looking for it, like
Right.
and that's fine too,
Heck yeah.
just trying to like control what you're seeing
Yeah.
online versus like I don't know if you ever watched that documentary. What was it called? It was about like social media and just like
Oh,
Google
the
and how
social
like
dilemma.
yes.
Yeah.
And in the very end when he goes, just don't scroll through your suggested stuff. Search for things.
Yes.
I think that's so
That's
powerful
a great
because it's
one.
like no, I'm not going to let you like choose my adventure. Like choose what
Mhm.
I'm going to watch,
Yeah.
like I'm going to like I opened up YouTube for a reason. I want to watch like this person, so I'm
Yep.
just gonna ignore everything else
Me
and like
too.
do the thing.
Yeah.
That's why TikTok's kind of scary because it's like
Yes.
you can be
Tailored
on it
right
for
to you.
hours,
Yes.
and it's like people you would never have run into.
Hey,
all the
thank you so
things.
much, Davey. You have a great
Thanks,
rest of your day.
Davey.
And I know Anna has to get going too. So
Yeah, so
why
I know
don't
we just got into a whole rabbit hole,
I
but
know, I know.
this has been great.
Well, I'm so glad that you came on. I had such a wonderful time chatting with you and getting to know you a little better. And by the way, you don't speak like a 26-year-old, but maybe I just don't know how 26-year-olds speak anymore because I'm like almost 40. So.
Like this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That even sounded condescending and a little bit of a
No.
microaggression. That sounded like a little bit of a microaggression. You're really smart for a young person. God bless
Wow.
America.
Sitting on the porch. No, I'm just kidding.
Microaggressions are everywhere. All right. Everybody, Anna Carmela, the wonderful, the talented. Everyone give her some love. Thank you so much, Anna. I will be in touch with you for the audio release. You have a wonderful stream, and we'll see you very soon. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Actually, sorry. I got to ask you. Are you just going to hop off here and then just go live right away? Okay,
Pretty
cool.
much. Yep.
So we'll give you a few minutes to get your bearings, and then we'll raid over.
Okay, cool. Let's hang out, play some music.
Let's
You guys are welcome
go.
to make requests. And I'll give you a priority request. So let me know
Oh,
if you have a
that's-
song you want to hear.
Yes.
Maybe an
Anything-
original.
Anything original. Anything.
Okay,
original.
cool.
All right, everybody, Anna Carmela. All right, guys. There she is. All right. So let's turn off the cave, shall we? Anyways, that was awesome. That was so cool. Let's give Anna a few minutes here to get her live signal on. Reina, if you could help us out and let us know where Anna's at. I'm gonna read a Would You Rather.